Hello, this is Pastor Nathan with Bible Stories for Kids, and today we're going to get in the story in the Gospel of Luke where Peter denies Jesus 3 times. Jesus told Peter that he was going to deny him, and it's hard for Jesus because Peter was his friend. He was one of the leaders of the apostles, one of the leaders of Jesus' disciples, and he said he was going to be there for Jesus and be faithful to Jesus, and then here Peter fails. He doesn't do what he said he was going to do. And so we'll read the story and talk about it a little bit. So we're in Luke chapter 22, starting in verse 54. Then the men arrested Jesus and led him away. They took him into the high priest's house. Peter followed from far away. Some people there started a fire in the middle of the courtyard. Then they sat down together. Peter sat down with them. A female servant saw him sitting there in the firelight. She looked closely at him. Then she said, "This man was with Jesus." But Peter said he had not been with him. "Woman, I don't know him," he said. A little later, someone else saw Peter. "You are also one of them," he said. "No," Peter replied, "I am not." About an hour later, another person spoke up. "This fellow must have been with Jesus," he said. "He is from Galilee." Peter replied, "Man, I do not know what you're talking about." Just as he was speaking, a rooster crowed. The Lord turned and looked right at Peter. Then Peter remembered what the Lord had spoken to him. "The rooster will crow today," Jesus had said. "Before it does, you will say 3 times that you don't know me." Peter went outside, he broke down, and he cried. Now, Peter really hurt Jesus' feelings, and he realized that, and he was really, really sad. And it's frankly a good thing that he was sad. It would be really mean if he had denied knowing Jesus 3 times and then didn't have any remorse, didn't feel bad about what he'd done. And I don't know about you, but I've done things that have hurt people that I care about. And when I realize that, one, it's good that we're sad about that, good that we grieve about that, but also that we ask for forgiveness, that we go and repent and apologize to that person and try and do what's right. And Peter ultimately ends up doing that, where he's with Jesus, and Jesus kind of reaches out to him and tells Peter to feed his sheep, to take care of those who follow after Jesus. And Jesus asks Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" So just like here, Peter denies Jesus 3 times. There, Jesus asks Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" And Jesus knows that Peter loves him. And Peter ultimately shows that he loves Jesus, and he ultimately dies for the sake of Jesus. In Rome, he dies years and years later, proclaiming Jesus is the Messiah and is God, and salvation is through him. And so, for all of us, a good thing to note is when we hurt someone, when we mess up, to ask for forgiveness. And when other people hurt us, when someone hurts your feelings, to be willing to forgive them, to show them love, to show them kindness, willing to even be their friend again. Sometimes people will hurt you and you don't hang out with them anymore, but it's still important to forgive. But here, Jesus forgave Peter and restores their relationship. Their relationship became good again, where there was this awkwardness and tension, and Jesus reaches out to Peter, and ultimately there's that loving relationship restored. So I encourage you to do that and talk with your parents about how you can be quick to forgive others and also quick to ask for forgiveness. So have a fantastic week, and I'll see you all next time.